I recently got fired from my job at a tech startup. My boss, John, had been on my case for months, claiming I wasn't meeting my targets, even though I was putting in extra hours and hitting all my KPIs. I always felt like he had it out for me, but I couldn't prove it. Last month, things came to a head and John fired me. He said my performance was lacking and that I was no longer a good fit for the company. I was devastated and angry because I knew it was unfair. I also have a family to support, so losing my job was a huge blow. A couple of weeks after getting fired, I was talking to a former colleague, Sarah, who mentioned in passing that John had been living in the country on a work visa. She also let slip that his visa had expired a few months ago, but he had been keeping it quiet and working illegally. Still bitter about my unjust firing, I decided to report him to immigration authorities. They investigated, found out he was indeed working on an expired visa, and deported him. The thing is, if you overstay a visa, you can get banned from re-entering the US. And he was banned for 7 years. Due to this, the company also got a huge fine and John was fired from his job. Last I heard, his life went on a downward spiral. He couldn't find another job in his country, and he lost pretty much everything he had. Now, some of my former coworkers are saying I went too far. They claim I should have just moved on and looked for another job, and that my actions were petty and vindictive. Sarah is especially upset because she feels partially responsible for telling me about John's visa status. I don't feel particularly guilty because John treated me unfairly and he was breaking the law. But some friends and family members think I crossed a line by getting him deported, especially since it affects his family too. So what do you think? Am I the AH or did he get what he deserved?